My beloved child, you are not watching this by accident. I led you here. Before your first cry echoed into this world, I knew you. Before the shame, the silence, the storm, I was already holding you. You've wandered, questioned, wept in the night, wondering if I still see you. I do. I have. I always will. But hear me now. This is the moment I am calling you home. Not to a place, but to my heart. A refuge strong enough to carry the weight you no longer have to bear. The ache in your spirit, the emptiness that words cannot reach. That is your soul responding to my voice. Do not ignore this stirring within you. It is sacred. Do not turn away again, because every second you delay, the enemy whispers lies to drown the truth I've carved into your being. You are mine, and you are not forgotten. This is your lifeline. Stay with me until the end of this message, because by the end, if you dare to receive it, your spirit will rise from ashes, and you will know without a shadow of doubt, I have never left you. Now, listen. You walk a path that sometimes feels solitary, shadowed by doubt or sorrow, and yet every step you take is tenderly held within my eternal hands. This journey, though marred by trials and moments of profound loneliness, is not overlooked or dismissed. You exist in the vastness of my heart, a cherished creation, never out of my mind or care. When all feels lost, when you ask if your pain, your prayers, your very existence matter, hear me whisper across the distance. I remember you. You are precious to me. There's a divine thread woven through the tapestry of your life that never breaks. Not even when you think you have slipped beyond reach, or when the night seems too dark to endure. Your story, with all its triumphs and wounds, is etched before me, not as a forgotten tale, but as a living masterpiece of grace and purpose. In the spaces where you feel invisible or dismissed, my love burns brighter, lighting the unseen and the unheard truths. Let this truth settle in you. Your name echoes in heaven's halls, and your presence is deeply etched in the fabric of my creation. Even when the world fails to remember you, when voices fade and footsteps grow faint, my gaze remains fixed upon you with unwavering affection. There is a peace in knowing you are fully and perfectly known, beyond the limitations that earthly life imposes. I understand the ache within you, the pangs of being overlooked or misunderstood. Perhaps you have cried out in solitude, hoping for someone, anyone, to acknowledge your pain or celebrate your joys. Yet, in those moments when human connection falters or seems distant, my love envelops you in a steadfast embrace. I am the God who never turns away or forgets the one who seeks me with a trembling heart. Every tear you shed, every whispered prayer in the silence, is collected and held dear. You are not simply a forgotten name or a shadow passing through time. You are a reflection of my image, woven with intention and clad in the glory of my love. This truth transcends circumstance. It is a promise forged not by what you accomplish or who remembers you, but by the very essence of my being that lives within you. Do you feel the gravity lifting just slightly now, beloved? That small stirring in your spirit signals the beginning of a deeper recognition. You are seen. You are cherished. You are held close. Even when the night feels long and the road uncertain, my heart beats in rhythm with yours, a divine drum that calls you back to the truth of your identity. The world may paint you with shadows of neglect or insignificance, but I inscribe your name on the palms of my hands, a sacred mark that nothing can erase. You are not a forgotten song lost in the winds of time or a fading light swallowed by darkness. You are a radiant spark, fashioned to shine with everlasting brilliance. When your thoughts twist toward despair, when the questions multiply and answers evade you, remember, I have not forgotten you. I am with you now and always. I speak to you from the place of eternal love and perfect understanding, knowing the complexities of your heart and the battles you face. Your journey is not unseen in the eyes of heaven. It moves with the backdrop of my infinite compassion and care. Sometimes you may feel unseen by those around you, misunderstood or unfairly judged, but my vision penetrates beyond the outer shell. I know the hidden chambers of your spirit, the secret places where doubt and fear lurk, and I cherish you there still. My presence is not distant or reluctant. It is near, patient, and utterly devoted. Your pain has not gone unnoticed, and the moments you feel forsaken are the very moments I draw you closer into my embrace. Let your heart open to me now, for I am the God who remembers, who never leaves the forgotten one behind. In the vast expanse of creation, amid galaxies that spin endlessly and stars that burn through the night, your life is a beacon of my handiwork, your soul a sacred refuge for my love. The tapestry of your days is woven with care, every thread intricately designed with purpose and destiny. Even when the world's noise drowns out your own voice, even when your reflection in the mirror reveals weariness and scars, I remind you, you are precious beyond measure. No shadow can dim the divine light within you. No distance, no silence, no pain can sever the bond between us. Let this truth stir your spirit and awaken hope where doubt once held sway. Your story is far from over, and it is brimming with my promises yet to unfold. My dear child, as you face the uncertainty of each new day, carry this assurance deep within your soul. You are never alone, never insignificant, never forgotten. The love I have for you transcends all understanding, a vast ocean that carries you through every storm and calm. Feel my presence now like a warm breeze on a cold morning, gentle yet powerful enough to revive and restore. Though the world may overlook you, my gaze never wavers. Let this truth anchor your heart firmly in my everlasting love. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Receive this declaration as a lifeline and a sanctuary where you can rest and find strength for the journey ahead. You are remembered, you are known, you are held forever. My dear child, I see the weight you carry, heavier than you allow yourself to admit. The shadows of your heart are long, stretching far beyond what the eye can behold. You try to hide the fractures within, those silent cracks that whisper doubts and fears when the night is deepest. Yet here I am, tender and unwavering, knowing every broken piece of your spirit as though it were my own. There is no need to rush to cover the pain or pretend it doesn't sting. I am here, in that place where you feel most forsaken, tenderly gathering the fragments of your soul. Do you feel overwhelmed, as if the very heavens have turned away, and your prayers dissolve like morning mist? You are not alone in this valley. I have walked through it with those before you, silently molding the trials that seemed endless into refined strength. When your heart trembles with the weight of sorrow and unanswered cries, I am present, nearer than breath, closer than the beat of your own pulse. I have not withdrawn, my beloved. I have not forsaken you. Sometimes my silence is not absence but preparation, a sacred pause where transformation begins unseen. In the stillness, let your spirit rest on me. Lay down the heavy burdens of disappointment, regret, and uncertainty. These are stones you were never meant to carry alone. Your soul aches with questions that ripple deep into the quarters of your being. Why this pain? Why does the darkness not yield? Why does hope feel so fragile? These inquiries are holy. They reflect the hunger for truth and healing that only I can fully satisfy. Trust that nothing in your struggle is wasted. The way through is not by pretending strength, but by receiving my strength amid weakness. My power is perfected in your frailty. Even when tears blur the path, even when your voice falters in silent cries, know I am your refuge and your steady ground. There is a divine patience that holds you. I do not rush your healing, but walk persistently, step by step, through each deep wound. It is in these moments of brokenness that my compassion flows most abundantly. Consider the potter's hand that does not crush the clay, but turns it with gentle pressure to bring forth the vessel's intended beauty. So I am working within you, slowly, patiently, lovingly, refining and restoring what has been shattered. My child, I see how the world's harsh winds buffet your heart, shaking your faith and stirring fatigue deep within your bones. The temptation to shrink into despair can feel all-consuming. But there is a fire within you, a divine spark that never extinguishes, no matter the storm's fury. This flame is mine, a promise that life will bloom anew. Your present struggle is the fertile soil into which I sow resilience and hope. Even when you cannot see me moving, my spirit is weaving threads of healing through the tapestry of your days. Walk with me in the quiet, and do not fear the shadows that linger. They are but the backdrop against which my light shines brightest. I hold your heart in the hollow of my hands, ready to baptize your doubt in rivers of grace. When your thoughts threaten to drown you, lift your eyes toward me and find the anchor of my unwavering love. I am not distant or indifferent. I am the gentle whisper that says, "You are seen, you are cherished, you are never alone." My compassion reaches beyond words. Feel it envelop you like a warm, healing cloak, shielding you from despair. In your moments of deepest uncertainty, I invite you to cast your cares upon me. Do not carry the weight of the world's pain alone. Let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, guard your heart and mind. This peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the assurance of my sovereign care amid the chaos. It is a balm to your wounded spirit, a promise that I hold your story securely, even the chapters written in tears and silence. Let this truth settle in you. You are under my watchful eye and enveloped in unfailing love. I am patiently sculpting your heart. I do not hurry, but am steady and sure. Allow yourself to be gently molded, not with pain as punishment, but with love as a healer. This is a sacred refinement process. Though it may feel arduous, it is purpose-filled. Trust in my timing and my hands. Let me breathe restoration into every jagged edge, erase every trace of shame, and renew your spirit with fresh hope. You are not defined by the struggle, but by the love that never lets go, the grace that restores all that was broken. Beloved, the journey through sorrow to joy is not traveled alone. I walk ahead, beside you, and sometimes carry you. Receive my comfort as a soft whisper that soothes your sleepless nights and fears of tomorrow. Let your heart find rest in my presence, for I am your refuge and your strength. When doubt assails you, cling to this promise. My love surrounds you like a fortress, impenetrable and everlasting. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from me. Come to the quiet waters where healing begins, and allow my peace to permeate your soul. Let us dwell together in this sacred moment. Your pain held tenderly in my embrace, your fears met with unending compassion. I am here, lovingly patient, waiting for you to lean into my grace. Come as you are, with all your burdens and brokenness. I am not distant or far off. I am the whisper in your storm, the steady hand guiding you home. Feel my nearness now and find hope that will not fade, peace that will not be shaken, and love that will never cease. I am your God, faithful and true, and I am with you always. If your heart longs for rest amid the turmoil, place your trust fully in me today. Allow my healing touch to begin its work from within, and do not hesitate to reach out for the grace I offer. You are beloved, cherished beyond measure, and I am here, patient, steadfast, loving. Let this moment be the start of a gentle unfolding, where pain becomes purpose and your wounded heart learns to soar again. My beloved, I see the shadows that gather within your heart, those silent whispers of guilt and shame that cling tightly to your spirit as if they were an unbreakable chain. I know how you wrestle with the memories of mistakes long past, how you carry the weight of regrets that feel too heavy to lay down. But I want you to understand deeply and surely, those burdens were never meant for you to bear alone, nor forever. When you acknowledge these emotions, when they rise like waves within you, I am here, not to condemn, but to offer forgiveness as wide as the heavens and as deep as the oceans. You see, my dear child, guilt and shame often speak lies to your soul. They tell you that you are beyond redemption, that your failures define you, that your value is diminished by your missteps. This is not the truth I breathe into your life. I created you with a purpose woven from love and light before your first breath. Even in your brokenness, even in moments when you stumble and stray, your identity remains firm in my eyes. Your worth was not earned by perfection, nor can it be lost by flaws. It is rooted firmly in my unchanging love. Consider the tender story of the wanderer who, having left home and squandered all, faced the desolation of their choices. Yet even in the depths of their despair, the Father's arms were open wide, waiting, watching, ready to restore what had been thought lost forever. So it is with you, beloved. When you come to me with a contrite heart, no matter how many times you have fallen, I am ready to forgive and to heal. No past is too dark for my light to touch, no mistake too severe for redemption to claim. I also understand the secret places where shame hides, those hidden thoughts and feelings you dare not share, afraid of rejection or judgment. But my dear, I have already seen everything there is to see. Nothing surprises me, nothing shocks me. In my presence, there is freedom to be completely known, stripped of all pretense or fear. When you lay down these hidden burdens at my feet, you allow me to replace shame with honor, despair with hope, and guilt with grace. It is not enough, however, to simply receive forgiveness passively. There is a path forward, a journey of restoration and transformation that I invite you to walk with me. This path involves embracing my mercy each day, learning to speak truth to your soul where condemnation once spoke lies. It means looking in the mirror and seeing not the brokenness alone, but the precious being I am shaping and redeeming in you. Healing is a process, my dear child, and I am both your guide and your steady companion. Sometimes, the pain from guilt and shame can cause you to shrink away, to doubt whether my love truly includes you. Yet even in those moments when you feel unworthy or lost, my love remains steadfast. I have engraved you on the palm of my hand. Your name echoes in my heart for all eternity. Remember this, you are not defined by your failures or your offenses, but by the blood that was shed for you, the cross that declared you precious beyond measure. Allow your heart to receive this truth. Let my forgiveness wash over you like a cleansing river, washing away the grime of what once was, but no longer has power over you. If your soul is weary from the battle with shame, lay down your arms. Come into my peace and breathe in the freedom that I offer. It is a freedom from accusation and from the relentless voice of condemnation. This is why, my beloved, I am patient with you. Healing does not happen overnight. The wounds of guilt have often been festering for years, and the scars may take time to fade. But do not be discouraged. I am faithful to complete the good work I have begun in you. Every tear you release, every burden you surrender, every moment you choose to trust me over the lies of your past brings you closer to the abundant life I desire for you. My desire is for you to rise from the ashes of your shame, like the phoenix that rises cleansed and renewed from its own fire. I long to restore your soul, to crown you with beauty instead of ashes, to replace your mourning with joy. There is power in my forgiveness, power to transform your story from a tale of defeat into a testimony of grace. This transformation is not for the faint of heart, but for the brave, for the one who dares to believe once more in the possibility of new beginnings. Can you imagine this, my dear? a mercy so great that it covers all your sins, so deep that it reaches the innermost parts of your heart, so unrelenting that it pursues you even when you turn away. This is the love I lavish upon you. Do not give place to the enemy who would use guilt as a weapon to steal your peace or destroy your hope. Instead, surrender your shame to me. Confess your faults honestly, not with fear, but with trust, knowing that I am your refuge and strength. Let the memory of your offenses be replaced with the memory of my faithfulness. Even when others may forget or fail you, I will never forget or forsake those I love. Your sins cannot erase my covenant with you. Your failures cannot nullify my promises. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Reach out to me in prayer, in tears and silence. Let me hold you close, soothing your wounds, restoring your dignity, and guiding you back into the light. You are not alone in this journey. I am with you even now, ready to lift you from the depths of despair into the heights of my mercy. Believe in the power of my forgiveness. It is more than a pardon. It is a renewing force that restores your soul and sets you free. Allow this truth to take root deeply within you, so that when the enemy tries to remind you of your past mistakes, you can stand firm in the knowledge that you have been washed clean, you have been made new, and you are loved beyond measure. Will you believe me this time, my dear child? Will you let my love absorb the weight of your guilt and let my grace erase the shadows of shame that haunt your soul? Trust in my forgiveness as the first step toward healing, and walk forward with me into the bright future I have prepared for you. Your redemption story is still being written, and I am the author of every chapter. Let this truth settle in you like the dawn breaking over a darkened horizon. You are forgiven. You are restored. You are mine. Walk boldly in this freedom and find your strength renewed with every step. My dear, I know the shadows that linger in your heart when fear, anxiety, and doubt come knocking at your door. These are not mere visitors, but often feel like unwelcome guests who overstay their welcome, whispering fears of failure, telling you that you are not enough, that your future is uncertain, and that the darkness will never lift. I see the trembling within you, the restless nights when your mind races against the stillness, and the silent battles fought in a soul exhausted by worry. But listen closely, for I am closer than your breath, more steadfast than the rising sun, and more patient than the endless night. Fear has a cunning way of convincing you that you walk alone on a fragile path, that the ground beneath your feet might crumble, or that unseen dangers lie just beyond your sight. Anxiety attempts to chain your spirit, shackling you to scenarios painted by your imagination, threatening to drown your hope in a flood of what-ifs. Doubt is the serpent that seeks to poison your confidence in my promises, nibbling away at the foundation of your faith. Even when your heart silently cries out for assurance, I understand these feelings intimately, because I created your heart with fragility and strength intertwined. I have never meant for you to live captive in the prison of these emotions. I invite you now to step out from the shadowlands of fear and into the light of my presence. Recall the times you felt the storm raging inside, and how even in those moments I held your hand. I am the keeper of your peace, a peace that surpasses understanding and calms the fiercest storms within your soul. When anxiety feels like a wound, I am the balm that soothes and heals. When doubt clouds your vision, I am the steady pillar unshaken by the tides of uncertainty. Your fears do not define you. They do not have the final say about your story. Your identity is written on my heart, inscribed with love deeper than any fear could ever reach. Imagine your fears as towering mountains before you. They might look insurmountable, intimidating with their rocky peaks and shadowed valleys. Yet I am the gentle breeze that wears down the hardest stone, the steady hand that holds the rope as you climb higher, and the light that reveals hidden footholds in places you thought impassable. My strength becomes your strength when you surrender your anxiety and doubt to me. Do not strive alone to scale these heights. Let my power be made perfect in your weakness. Bring your trembling hands to the heavens and trust that I will carry you over every rock, through every valley. Anxiety whispers that you must control everything to survive, but I whisper that surrender is the doorway to true freedom. Trust is not passive, but an active embrace of my sovereignty, a choice to rest in the certainty of my love, even when the path ahead is shrouded in mist. I am your refuge and your fortress, your shield and your salvation, the one who courses through the chaos to bring calm to your heart. You do not need to bear the weight of your fears alone. Cast them upon me, for I care deeply about every anxious thought that disturbs your rest. I see the nights you lie awake, worry chasing sleep away like a persistent thief. I am the light in the darkness, the soft whisper in the stillness that says you are safe. Let this truth settle in you. Your heart beats not out of fear, but out of the unfathomable love I have for you. Anxiety loses its grip when you fix your eyes on me, for I am the anchor of your soul, holding you steady when the waves surge high. Do not be swayed by the storm's roar. Listen instead to the quiet assurance of my voice calling you out of your fear. Sometimes, my beloved, fear arises not just from external circumstances, but from memories unhealed, wounds that echo with what if. I am the healer of broken hearts and the mender of the shattered spirit. Bring your pain to me without hesitation, for no fear or doubt you carry is too dark for my light to illuminate. I see every tear you have shed in secret, every silent cry, and I hold them as precious gems. Through my healing, your anxious heart can find rest, and your doubts will transform into declarations of faith. I do not demand that you be perfect or fearless, but I call you to be brave in my strength. Courage whispers to the heart through the storms, and it is forged by faith more than the absence of fear. Embrace my courage. Breathe it into your soul and walk forward knowing you are not alone. I will never abandon you. Even when the shadows loom large, your fears are not your prison. They are the premise for my rescuing love to shine with greater glory. My child, will you give me your worries now? Will you lean into my presence when anxiety threatens to drown your joy? Trust that I am working all things for your good, weaving your fears into a tapestry of triumph. You are held, you are known, and you are deeply cherished. Let the weight of your fear fall away like dead leaves beneath a mighty tree, and rise with the confidence that I am with you always, even to the end of the age. If your heart is stirring with hope, do not turn away. Step forward in trust and breathe in my peace that conquers all fear. Speak to me honestly about your doubts and watch them dissolve in the light of my faithfulness. You are never forgotten. You are never forsaken. My love surrounds you and will never let you go. My beloved, I see the places within you where fear and anxiety take root, where doubt clouds the light I have placed in your soul. These emotions are not strangers to any heart. Yet I have not abandoned you to wander alone through their shadows. Like a shepherd tending to a restless flock, I walk beside you through night valleys and the grip of uncertainty. The trembling within you is not a sign of weakness, but a whispered invitation to lean more fully into my presence. When your breath feels shallow and your heart races with unknown fears, remember that I am the steady wind beneath your wings, the quiet harbor in the fiercest storm. Fear, anxiety, and doubt can grip your spirit tightly, choking the life from your joy and peace. But these are not the architects of your destiny. They are like shadows cast by a flame that grows ever brighter when you choose to look toward the light. I am that light. In your weakness, my strength is made perfect. And when your soul is shaken, I am the unshakable foundation beneath your feet. I have known what it is like to be misunderstood and tested, to face loneliness and opposition. My love stretches farther than the deepest valleys of fear, reaching into the murmurings of your heart to say, you are not alone. There is a sacred blessing hidden within your moments of trembling, the opportunity to surrender control and trust more deeply. Anxiety often arises when you attempt to carry burdens meant for me, when you stand at the edge of what you know and glimpse the unknown, and your courage falters. My child, the unknown is not a chasm, but a canvas, waiting for the brushstrokes of my purpose. I will never ask you to traverse it without holding your hand. The tightness in your chest, the racing thoughts, bring them to me. Lay them before my throne. Tell me your fears as you would a trusted friend. Your doubts do not disqualify you, they refine you. They are the chisels sculpting your heart, shaping you into the vessel I designed. Many walk through valleys of uncertainty only to find heights of deeper faith waiting on the other side. I am patient with your pace, unhurried by your stumbles. Each question you dare to voice before me is a step toward unveiling the truth that sets you free. Do not be afraid to approach me with trembling hands and a questioning heart. I cherish your honesty far more than quiet conformity. In the silence that sometimes falls heavy upon your spirit, I am there, wrapping you in peace that passes all understanding. The stillness is my invitation to rest, to cease striving, and to receive nourishment from my everlasting will. Anxiety thrives on movement, on the unrest of the mind. But my peace invites you to lay down your swords, to cease the battle, and rest in my sovereign care. Do you hear it? That gentle whisper calling you back to my embrace, where fear loosens and hope begins to rise anew. Confronting fear requires courage, yes, but remember that courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite it, hand in hand with me. I have called you to be brave, not because I expect you to be fearless, but because I will be with you every step of the journey. When you feel your knees weaken and your spirit wavers, cry out to me, and I will renew your strength like the eagles, teaching you how to soar above the tempest. Within your trials lie the seeds of testimony, the precious fruit of resilience that will one day nourish others who walk a path similar to yours. Let these truths echo within. You are beloved beyond measure, chosen not because of your perfection, but because of the depth of my love that covers your imperfections. The storms of doubt and fear do not define you. They refine the masterpiece I am creating within you. You were not made for defeat, but for victory. Not to be held captive by uncertainty, but to live in the freedom found only in me. When your heart is heavy and you are tempted to withdraw, remember that I am near, closer than your very breath, ready to walk beside you in every shadow. If your heart is stirring in this moment, do not turn away. Bring your fears into the light of my presence. Let this be the place where your faith is renewed, where the weight of anxiety is lifted by my sustaining grace. Trust that beneath the surface of your trembling lies a wellspring of peace, reserved for those who let go and let me lead. Your journey through doubt is not alone, but held tenderly within my unfailing love. Reach out to me even now, and rest in the assurance that I am with you always. Beloved, in the quiet moments when you feel the heaviness of waiting, when your spirit is like a seed pressed into the dark soil, unsure if the dawn will ever come, remember that I am present in that stillness. You stand at the edge of unseen horizons, yearning for a glimpse of clarity, a whisper of guidance, a spark of hope. Yet I tell you, child, that my timing is not a distant clock ticking without concern. but a heartbeat that syncs perfectly with the tempo of your truest readiness. In the vastness of eternity, I am weaving every thread of your story with exquisite care, so that what unfolds will not simply be a chapter, but a masterpiece born of patience and faith. The waiting seasons are not voids in your life, but fertile valleys where I cultivate strength, resilience, and profound trust in me. Like the wise farmer who does not rush the harvest, I nurture your soul in rhythms you cannot perceive. Precious moments of delay are my gifts of preparation, smoothing the rough edges of your heart and aligning your desires with my divine will. Oh, how I long for you to see the hand of love in every pause, to hear the melody of my voice even when silence seems to echo loudest. I know the anguish of unanswered prayers, the sting of dreams deferred, and the temptation to believe you have been forgotten. But beloved, I am the God who never sleeps nor slumbers. I am the watchful lover who never ceases to seek your face. When your soul is heavy with waiting, lean not on your own understanding, but rest in the assurance that my ways are higher and my timing perfect. The chrysalis does not rush its transformation. Neither will I rush the awakening of your destiny. Be still and let this truth settle deep within your bones. Delays are not denials. To surrender your urgency to me is a sacred act of faith. It whispers to me that you trust my wisdom above your own fears and impatience. This surrender is not an end, but a door swung open to greater intimacy and peace. Through it, you will discover that waiting is not an absence of purpose, but a divine invitation to deepen your walk with me. The tapestry of your life is intricate and breathtaking. Every weight, every longing is a stitch placed by my loving hands, holding you close. Even when distance seems to stretch between us, I have prepared a place for you in this season, a sanctuary of the heart, where doubt dissolves and hope is reborn. Do not reject the waiting, for it is the soil in which your faith can grow roots so deep that nothing can uproot them. Trust me as the gardener tends his garden, knowing that the time of fruitfulness will come. If your heart is stirring with impatience, do not turn away, but bring it before me with honesty and vulnerability. I cherish your cries as a father cherishes the voice of his child. Let that truth anchor you when storms arrive and darkness threatens to overwhelm. Remember also, beloved, that you are never alone in this waiting. I am walking each step beside you, holding you in my arms when you falter, and whispering hope into your spirit when despair lurks. Your waiting season is intertwined with purpose. It's not a void, but a proving ground where the treasures of perseverance and maturity are wrought. Just as gold is refined by fire without being consumed, so too will you be purified and prepared through periods of seeming silence. Lift your eyes and see not the barren stretch of the horizon, but the promise of new life rising beyond your view. The dawn is coming, my dear one, and with it a fresh wind that will carry you into the fulfillment of dreams that only I can orchestrate with divine precision. In the meantime, be steadfast in your prayer, unwavering in your trust, and gentle with your soul. Let every moment of waiting open you up to my presence, and allow your heart to bloom in the unseen fields of my grace. If your spirit longs for confirmation, lean into the quiet whispers of my love that gently echo amidst the stillness. I am not silent. I speak through the rustling leaves, the warmth of a sunrise, the tender moments of peace within your deepest longings. These are the secrets I share with those who wait patiently in my embrace. My dear, hold fast to this divine mystery, that waiting is not absence but anticipation swollen with eternal promise. Will you trust me once more in this season? Will you let your heart anchor in the surety that what I have begun in you, I will bring to completion in my perfect time? Let this truth rest upon you as a shield against anxiety as a balm for despair, and as a song of hope that sings of victory at the appointed hour. You are held. You are cherished. You are destined for glory beyond what you can now imagine. Whatever the length of your waiting, know that I am shaping a glory within you that cannot be forged in haste. I am the God who makes beauty from ashes and who transforms patience into praise. Be not anxious for tomorrow, but find your strength renewed in me today. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Receive this word and let it become a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. You are walking not in vain. You are walking toward divine fulfillment. Beloved, I delight in you and I am with you always, even in the waiting. Your moment of breakthrough is nearer than you perceive. Keep your eyes fixed on me and let your soul rest in this promise. With me, your wait is a sacred journey, and you are never alone upon this path. Will you surrender your impatience to me? Will you let patience bloom within your heart as you remain close to my presence? Let this be your decision today, your declaration of faith and hope, trusting my perfect timing above all else. Let this truth settle in you, my dear. I see the ache within you, the restless stirrings of a soul longing for purpose, aching to discover the reason I crafted you with such infinite care. You live each day, stepping through the stages that weave your fate, yet often the horizon blurs with uncertainty, like a road shrouded in morning mist, where each step forward feels both a cautious hope and a whispered question. You wonder, what is my calling? Why do these moments stretch before me so wide and undefined? Yet understand, my beloved, that your life is no accident of chance, but a deliberate design, knitted tightly in the fabric of eternity. Each breath, each encounter, each trial and triumph is a thread in the tapestry I am weaving through you. In the garden of your journey, I have planted potentials, seeds of destiny that pulse with life beneath the surface of your everyday. Sometimes these seeds struggle to break through hardened soil, suffocated by doubt or fear. But I am there, patient as the sun that warms the frozen earth until it softens and yields to new growth. You cannot rush the moment when a blossom bursts open, for it unfolds only at the appointed time marked in my heart. This timing is sacred, beyond human hurry or despair. What feels like delay is often my way of preparing you, shaping you into the vessel that will carry this calling with strength and grace. Rest in this assurance. Even when you cannot see the path, I am forging it before your feet. Your purpose, child, is not sealed in grandeur or loud achievement alone. It is written also in the quiet acts of love you offer unseen, the prayers you whisper in the dark, the resilience you show when burdens press heavy. These are sacred steps along your calling's path. I see even the smallest ripple of kindness you send into the world. It is a reflection of my light shining through you. Do not despise the small beginnings, for they will mature into mighty rivers that nourish many lives. Your calling is as much about being as it is about doing, being the vessel of love, grace, and mercy in a world that desperately needs them. There will be moments when the weight of your gifting feels overwhelming, and the voices of doubt will rise with a clamor that threatens to drown my still small voice. Remember, beloved, that your value does not come from the applause of the world, but from the deep affirmation I whisper into your soul. You are precious in my sight, created for a unique mission that only you can fulfill. The blueprint of your destiny is etched with my fingerprints, each contour illuminated by my love. When you feel weak, remember that true strength is made perfect in weakness, and that I equip those I call, preparing them through every hardship to walk in purpose with confidence. I am inviting you now to lean into me at this crucial point, to open your heart fully to the whispers of my spirit guiding you toward your calling. Do not retreat into fear or uncertainty, but come boldly, child, with a courage that springs from knowing you are not alone. Your path may twist through valleys and climb rugged peaks, but I am your constant companion, your steadfast guide. Allow me to reveal what your heart longs to fulfill, and trust that even when the way seems unclear, the journey leads you into the fullness of the purpose I have ordained for you. As you contemplate your calling, consider the gifts I have already placed within you. These are not accidents, but divine endowments, talents, passions, experiences, all designed to serve the world in ways only you can. Seek not to compare your path to another's, for each is different in shape and color, yet all are precious threads in the divine tapestry of my kingdom. Embrace your story, its twists and wounds included, as sacred ground where destiny takes root. Allow your heart to rise in hope, for the future I hold for you is radiant and filled with abundant life. Let this truth resonate within you now. You are called by name, chosen to be a light in the darkness, a voice of hope in places where despair threatens to settle. I am not distant or indifferent. I am the fire in your soul, the strength beneath your feet, the melody in your heart's longing. If your spirit is yearning to understand your place in my grand design, bring it to me. Lay your questions at my feet and watch as I unwrap the mysteries, revealing glimpses of the destiny I have painted for you before the foundation of the world. Will you believe me this time, dear one? Will you step forward in faith even amid uncertainty, knowing that the hand guiding you is steady and true? Your purpose is alive within you, breathing hope into every moment, waiting to be awakened by your trust and surrender. Walk with me, speak to me, listen as I speak tenderly to your spirit. There is no mission too small, no act to overlook. Together, we will illuminate your path and bring your calling to vibrant life. Open your heart to the stirring within, and let that yearning become a prayer of resolve. Your destiny is not an abstract idea, but a living, breathing promise waiting to unfold. Embrace it with courage. In every step, know that I am with you, shaping, equipping, and loving you into the fullness of what you were made to be. Let this conviction settle deep inside your soul. Reflect on it now and be still. Listen for my voice that calls you by name, inviting you into destinies that will glorify not only you but my kingdom as well. My beloved, I see how your heart wrestles quietly in the deepest chambers of your soul. The shadows of anxiety and doubt often creep in like a relentless tide, threatening to swallow your peace and obscure the light I have placed within you. Yet I want you to know, deeply and without reservation, that these moments of unrest are not signs of weakness, but invitations to lean closer into my embrace. You are never without me, even when the storm howls fiercest and your mind races with questions that have no immediate answers. There is a sacredness in your questions, a holiness in the longing that stirs at the edges of your fear. I am not distant from your worries or detached from your anxieties. Rather, I am the steady rock amid shifting sands, the quiet reassurance of my presence always beneath your feet. Even when you feel unsteady, consider the children of the earth who learn to trust the rhythm of the seasons, the cycles of planting and waiting, believing in the unseen growth beneath the soil. In the same way, your waiting is fertile ground. Even your doubt is part of the transformation I am working within you. Do not regard your anxiety as a veil that hides you from my sight, my dear child. Instead, understand that it is a veil I am inviting you to lift, step by step, with trust that goes beyond your understanding. Doubt is not the enemy of faith. It is the shadow where faith can grow stronger as it reaches into the light. When you feel lost in the labyrinth of your own thoughts, I am there, guiding you by an unbreakable thread woven from hope's dreams and my unchanging love. You are not abandoned in your mind's wilderness. I walk beside you, whispering reassurance into the place where silence once reigned. In this divine relationship, there is no rush, no demand for instant clarity. My timing is often slower than your eagerness, but it is never too late nor too early. I am patient as the great river that carves valleys, knowing well that in the depth of waiting lies the formation of something eternal. I ask you now, just for this moment, to release the burden of needing to understand fully. Surrender your spiraling thoughts to me and allow my peace to settle like a gentle rain upon your weary spirit. This surrender is not defeat. It is the courageous choice to trust when the path seems invisible. Anxiety likes to convince you that you are isolated, that no one else shares the weight you carry. But remember, my beloved, that others in every generation have walked this wilderness alongside you. The cloud of witnesses who have wrestled with their own fears and emerged stronger is vast. You are part of this great community of hope, a tapestry of souls knit together by the threads of perseverance and grace. When the shadows of doubt press close, call upon this unseen family. Reach out within the body of believers, for in unity you will find strength and courage renewed. I see how sometimes the heart clings desperately to certainty, as if a firm grasp could halt the tremors within. But true peace does not come from holding tight to answers. It flows from the resolve to rest in my sovereignty, even when all answers are concealed. Imagine a bird learning to fly, uncertain of every gust, but trusting the invisible currents of air to carry its wings. You too are invited to take flight in faith's quiet embrace, to trust the unseen currents of my providence, even when the winds shift unexpectedly. Your prayers, even when steeped in doubt, are fragrant to me. The cries that rise from your anxious soul are like a melody woven with hope and a plea for reassurance. When you do not have words or your thoughts are scattered and chaotic, I understand the language of your heart. The intimacy of this connection surpasses speech. When you pause in stillness and listen, even for a moment, you meet my spirit hovering near, ready to comfort and guide. Let this truth settle in you. You are deeply known and tenderly cared for, even in your seasons of fear. I long for you to learn the art of resting boldly, a rest that is not the absence of activity, but the profound peace amidst all that churns inside you. Imagine a tree standing firm amid the winds, its roots sinking deeper rather than swaying with the tempest. Your soul can be that tree, deeply rooted in my love, unmoved by anxiety's roar. This is not a distant ideal, but a present possibility. I am cultivating in you a resilience born from intimate reliance on me. Will you, my dear, choose to embrace this rest? Will you open your arms to receive it fully today? Know also, beloved, that every bird song you hear, every dawn that breaks through the darkest night, carries a message of hope. My faithfulness remains. This truth holds you steady when your heart feels fragile. Anxiety may swell and threaten your joy, but it cannot extinguish the flame I have ignited within you. This fire is the assurance that you are my beloved, held in hands too strong to be broken. Let this assurance wash over the parched places of your soul, reviving hope and strengthening your trust. So when the night seems long and your heart heavy with uncertainty, do not turn away from the silence or lash out at the stillness. Instead, come into my presence with your fears, your trembling trust, your unanswered questions. Here, in the quietest place, you will find the deepest peace. Here, even your doubt becomes a stepping stone, leading you closer into a mystery not meant to terrify, but to transform. This is the way forward, not in perfect knowledge, but in faithful seeking and resting assured that I am near. Take this moment now to draw a breath and know that you are loved beyond measure. Let this truth sink into your being and hold you through every anxious thought. You are not alone. I am always with you, and my peace, unshakable and profound, is yours to claim. Will you believe me this time? Will you allow my presence to quiet the storm within? The path may be uncertain, but your steps are guided by love that never fails. Step forward with courage, for I am your refuge and strength, your ever-present help in every breath you take. My beloved, there is a profound mystery in the waiting, that sacred space between the seeds of your dreams and their blossoming in the fullness of my timing. I see your heart, heavy with the silence that stretches between your prayers and the tangible proof of my presence. You wrestle with the invisible chords of longing, aching for clarity where there is only quiet, wondering if perhaps you have been forgotten beneath the vastness of the sky. Yet, my dear, the silence you endure is not emptiness, but fertile soil preparing you for a harvest unseen. I am the potter, and you are the clay. Do you not feel how I press you gently, molding each curve and line with patient hands? This shaping is never hurried, because I desire perfection, a vessel made whole in both strength and grace. Your waiting is not punishment, it is precious preparation. The stillness you fear conceals 1,000 ministrations that refine your spirit as fire refines gold. You cannot see my hand at work, but it is ever present, shaping your destiny with compassionate precision. In this silent season, I beckon you not to despair, but to deepen your trust. When the night seems endless and your soul yearns for the dawn, look beyond what your eyes can see. I am weaving threads of purpose through the tapestry of delay. Have you considered how the oak stands tall because its roots have plunged deep into the hidden earth during the quiet seasons? So too must your spirit grow strong underground, nourished by hope that is not shaken by the winds of uncertainty. Fear and doubt may rise like tempests, threatening the ship of your peace. Yet the anchor that holds you is my unchanging love, steadfast as the mountains. When you feel most vulnerable, fragile as a budding flower yet to meet the sun, remember that even the smallest seed trusts the soil to hold it until it is time to break forth in glory. Your heart is that seed, beloved. Do not rush its unfolding. Trust that the delays, the pauses, the moments of waiting, each is a declaration of my meticulous care. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. You are never alone in the waiting room of your soul. Lean into my presence. Speak to me not only in moments of clarity, but also amid the haze of questions. Worship is not confined to the triumphant cries. It sometimes takes the shape of silent surrender and the whispered plea, "Help my unbelief." There is no shame in uncertainty when your trembling hand reaches toward mine. I am the God who delights in you, even when your faith feels like a flickering candle in the storm. Take heart, child, for your waiting is not in vain. I am fashioning your character, cultivating perseverance and humility, refining a sweetness that could never emerge in haste. The delay is a sacred salon where your faith is polished to brilliance. You are learning to walk by sightless trust, to dance by the music of a promise not yet fulfilled. This is your spiritual apprenticeship, a secret school of the soul, taught by my patient love. Cast off the chains of impatience and despair. Lift your eyes to the horizon, where the dawn stirs possibilities you cannot yet grasp. Know that in due season, I will unveil what has been hidden. Doors will open effortlessly. Paths will clear as if painted by my own hand, and your heart will overflow with joy. What has been sown in tears will bloom in exultant laughter. The waiting is a sacred vigil, a holy keeping of time where your soul learns to cherish stillness as much as the rush of answered prayers. If your spirit feels dry or weary, come to me as the thirsty find streams in the desert. Drink deeply of my peace, that elusive river, calm enough to still the raging seas within you. I am your refuge and your strength, your ever-present help in uncertain seasons. When the silence weighs heavy, Remember, it is but the pause before the crescendo of my grace breaking through. Let this truth settle in you. My love does not grow cold in your waiting. It simmers quietly beneath the surface, ready to ignite the moment you open your hand in surrender. Your story is not missing chapters. They are being written with divine care. Every pause is filled with purpose, every delay seasoned with wisdom. Be patient with yourself as I am patient with you. Do not allow your heart to harden in the silence. Instead, let it soften, making space for hope to take root anew each morning. Each breath you draw is a reminder that I am here, whispering promises through the quiet, inviting your soul into deeper trust. Will you believe me this time when I say that your waiting season is both a gift and a grace, a sacred journey toward becoming who you were meant to be? Rest in this assurance. You are in my hands, cradled in perfect timing, beloved beyond measure. Your story is unfolding just as I planned, with every moment of waiting writing a testament to the strength of your faith and the depth of my love. If your heart is stirring with this truth, do not turn away. Lean into the silence and discover the sacred work being done within you. My dear, as you stand at the threshold of this moment, know that I see you, not as the world sees, not as your past may have defined you, but as I created you. Radiant, chosen, deeply loved beyond measure. You are my masterpiece, shaped with purpose and sealed with the mark of my covenant. Even when the storms rage fiercely around your spirit, I am your unshakable refuge, the solid ground beneath trembling feet. There is no shadow too dark for my light to penetrate, no valley too deep that my hands cannot lift you higher. You're not forgotten. You're not abandoned. You belong to me, eternally and irrevocably. I have woven your story with threads of grace and redemption. Even when you felt broken or lost, I was knitting each moment into a tapestry more glorious than you could have imagined. The mistakes, the pain, the silent cries, none of these are outside my gaze. Each one has invited my presence, allowing me to meet you right where you are. Remember, child, that my love is not earned by your deeds, nor withdrawn by your failures. It is the constant, unwavering pulse of my heart, beating for you to claim your place with me. All I ask is your openness, your willingness to receive what I freely give. Your identity is not a shifting shadow cast by fear or doubt. It is a beacon of my truth alive within you. You are my beloved, called to shine my light amidst the world's darkness. Your story carries the imprint of my spirit, a testimony to the power of restoration and hope. When you walk through valleys where whispers of worthlessness try to drown your voice, listen instead to the melody of my affirmation, a song composed just for you before the earth was formed. My dear, stand tall in this identity, and no force can unseat the foundation I have laid within your heart. Now, as you take this truth into your being, know that your journey with me is ongoing. Each day, each breath, an invitation into deeper companionship. I will continually refine you in my love, allowing facets of your soul to sparkle brighter through every encounter with grace. When your path feels unclear, remember that my timing is perfect. Even when human patience falters, I am the ever-present guide who never slumbers, steadily drawing you toward all that I have destined for your spirit. Trust this divine process, even in moments of stillness or silence, for I am always at work. Do not let fleeting doubts whisper lies to you anymore. Surrender your fears to me. Release the burden of trying to please or prove yourself, for my acceptance of you is complete. Embrace the freedom that comes in being fully known and fully loved. Your worthiness flows from being my child, not from accomplishments or the approval of others. Rest in this truth and let it anchor your soul through every season. If your heart shadows with anxiety or despair, let my peace wash over you as an unbreakable fortress. In your desires, seek me first, and you will find that your purpose unfolds naturally from that place. Your calling is not distant or vague, but is revealed as intimacy with me deepens. I have plans to prosper you, to give you hope and a future radiant with meaning. Imagine yourself walking alongside me, hand in hand, fulfilling the destiny that only you can manifest, because it is uniquely tailored to your gifts and my divine design. This truth is not a distant dream, it is your present invitation. So, beloved, as you close this sacred encounter, carry this affirmation deep within your spirit. You are held, you are healed, you are chosen, and you are mine. Your life sings the melody of my love, a never-ending song of grace that echoes through eternity. When the world tries to drown out this truth, stand firm. Your identity in me is your victory. I am with you now and always, delighting in your every step and whispering peace to your weary soul. Will you walk with me, fully assured of my unchanging love and purpose for you? Let this be your refuge and stronghold. You are my beloved, and no power can separate you from the embrace of my heart. Go forth clothed in this truth, shining with the light I have placed within you. You carry my love as your banner, your identity as your strength. My beloved, you did not arrive here by chance. This was a divine appointment, a sacred pause in the middle of your busy world to remind you of who you are and whose you are. I have whispered truth into the places you tried to hide. I have wrapped my arms around the wounds you thought were too deep to heal. And now I say to you, don't let this be the end. Let it be the beginning. Because I am not just the God of this moment. I am the God of your every moment. So come back. Return to this space, not out of habit, but out of hunger. Each time you listen, each time you open your heart again, I will speak deeper, heal further, and draw you closer. There are more truths I want to reveal, more peace I long to give you, more strength I'm ready to pour into your soul. Subscribe not just to a channel, but to the invitation I've set before you. A life lived in the rhythm of my presence. Turn on the light of expectation. Set your heart to return, because next time I will speak again, and it may be the very word that changes everything. You are loved, you are mine, and I will be here waiting. Amen.